I just decided to tell you a story with a moral that you can use today. About 60 years ago, 62 years ago, the Lubavitch Yeshiva, the high school, the elementary school was in Bedford-Stuy. It was in Bed-Stuy, which then was one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the world. Wasn't as dangerous. It was becoming more and more dangerous. Eventually became so dangerous that cops refused to walk on the streets. But that was the beginning of when it was becoming dangerous. And the boys started complaining that they were being accosted by these gang members who came over to them, threatening them and asking them, "Hey man, you got a nickel?" And apparently there were a couple of kids that might have gotten hurt. And parents complained to the Lubavitcher Rebbe. The Rebbe says he doesn't understand. There are older boys in that building. He said it should be a pachat for a goy to walk past that building. So I had a colleague, a friend, roommate for a few months by the name of Chaim Yitzchak Driesen, Rabbi Chaim Yitzchak Driesen, who had just at that time learned a little bit of karate, and he heard that the Rebbe said that it should be a pachat, it should be scary for a thug to walk past the building of the yeshiva. He decided to do something about it, and so he and his friend decided they're going to go ahead and pick on as big a guy as they could see at that moment. And he was about 5'10", maybe 5'11", maybe about 5'10", 5'10 and a half, about 180 pounds. He picked on a guy about 4 inches taller than him. And in those days, people were afraid to start up with someone of color because they were much more athletic, better fighters. But he picked on him. And he went over to him and said, "Hey man, you got a nickel?" And this is strange. Jew boy's asking me for a nickel. He didn't know how to handle it. And before he could respond, Chaim Yitzchak took his 2 hands and hit him with a shot. He had learned how to hit with karate, and those karate hits are very powerful. He knocked the guy out. Well, that was the last time they had a problem. I don't mean to say that we have to go ahead and hit somebody over the head and use a karate and to sucker punch the person. It's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that when Goyim, when Arabs and their sympathizers go around a Jewish building and don't let Jewish people, Yidden, go to daven, or they prevent them from some kind of Jewish activity in a Jewish neighborhood, and nothing is done, that's a Chil Hashem. The fact that some people stood up and made them pay something for it, that's a Kiddush Hashem. And I want you to understand that I don't advertise. I'm not a hero, and I didn't win many fights. I'm not a fighter. But I've seen a lot of things over in life. I had a best friend who was learning in the yeshiva in St. Louis. And the yeshiva boys were, Jewish American boys, about 5'7", 5'8", maybe 5'10". My friend Mayawina was a little bit taller, maybe 5'10", 5'10 and a half. And he weighed, soaking wet, he weighed about 150 pounds. And I believe he was 15 years old at the time. They were playing, softball. And a couple of St. Louis thugs, white boys, see these Jewish kids with yarmulkes, and they make some disparaging remarks about how they're going to kick their you-know-whats. And the other boys all run away. And May is left in the batting cage with a bat. And they start approaching him. So May says, listen, you take one more step, I'm going to hit you with this bat. The guy said, I'm from Missouri, I got to be shown. May is lightning quick. He swung, hit the guy in the head, cracked his head, and sent him to the hospital. The rest of the guy ran away. May Weiner forever is known in the annals of the yeshiva world as Batboy. Today he's 79 years old. He's living in Jerusalem, has many children, many grandchildren, and I hope he hears this video. Point being that you can't be afraid. Not everybody can be like Chaim Yitzchak or like Meir Weiner, but enough of us can. And those guys with the masks, they're just a bunch of bullies, thugs. You hit a bully in the nose, and all of a sudden they start bleeding, they start crying. And then they blame you for being aggressive. But that's the nature of a bully. The nature of a bully is you punch them in the mouth, they run away. And Jewish people have to stand up. Unfortunately, we have to stand up. We have to defend our shuls. We have to defend our neighborhoods. And you can't back down. We cannot allow them. And we can't wait for the police. We can report to the police. If the police aren't doing anything, we have to go ahead and allow and make sure that the shul can be open, make sure that people can go in and out of the shul. They shouldn't be able to hurt any of the older people. And it is a chilul Hashem if we cower to these people. It is a kiddush Hashem if these people realize they're going to get hurt and they stop doing this. This is the reality. The reality is that as long as you don't stand up to them, they will become aggressive. The minute they start getting arrested, the problem is they don't get arrested and don't stay there. The minute they start getting hurt, and it really hurts, and they, these guys were asking for, bottled water and all kinds of goodies in their place. They're thugs. They're occupying places that belong to the public. They shouldn't be treated and coddled like little children. They should be thrown into jail like the thugs that they are. And if the police aren't going to do anything, a Jew has to protect another Jew. Otherwise, it's a chilul Hashem.